Hey guys, today I'm here to do, as you might have guessed, a bookshelf tour. I'm doing this video to show you some of the books I've read, well not some of them, all of them. It's quite a collection. It's probably not as big as some, but to me it's pretty big because it's starting to overflow my shelf back here. The way I organize my bookshelf is I have 4 shelves going down on this side, and then behind me I have one big shelf, which that shelf's the most hard to organize. They are in order of standalones, duets, trilogy, 4-book series, and so on and so forth, going like that. Within those little categories, they are in order by author's last name. So let's get in more in-depth view of my bookshelf. Okay, this top shelf are all my small short books. They're still novels, they're still young adult, I think is what you call is the genre they're technically in, but I think these books are technically called mass-produced books, but I'm not really sure about that, so these are just my small short books. And that picture right over there is the picture of my rabbit Angel that I showed you in my room. The back row of that shelf. On this side, I have the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, the Sing Some of the Sisterhood, Gauze and Pants, the third Some of the Sisterhood, and on the bottom is Forever in Blue, the fourth Some of the Sisterhood. And on this side is one of my favorite series. It's actually the first young adult series I've read. I think it goes back in high school, I believe. And it's the Mediator series by Meg Cabot. Have the first book, Shadowland, second book, Ninth Key, third book, Reunion, fourth, Darkest Hour, fifth is Haunted, and sixth is Twilight. All you Mediator fans out there, I'm sure you know that there's a seventh book entitled Remembrance, I believe is the title. I believe it already came out in February, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm super excited to get that book. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm so excited. I can't wait. Back in this is the Fontwell now, like you said I saw. On this side, up at the bottom right here is Angel Cats. I think it's by Alan and Linda Anderson, and it's different stories about how cats have helped save people. Very interesting. Next is Rhymes with Switches by Lauren Miracle, and also TTYL by Lauren Miracle. I Hope You Dance. I can't read the title of that. It's an inspirational book. Then I have one Seventh Heaven book. There's 3 stories in it. This title is Lucy's Angel. It's the only one I have of that series. Another favorite series of mine is the 1-800 Where Are You series, also by Meg Cabot. I have the first one, When Lightning Strikes, second book, Codenamed Cassandra, third book, Safe House, and then over here on the bottom I have the fourth book, Sanctuary, the fifth book, Missing You. Then I have Twin Sisters and Twin Terror by Janice Harrell. So then I have Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. I believe that's right. It actually took me I read that when I was younger, and it actually took me a long time to finish it. I kept stopping and starting, but I did eventually finish it. And sometimes I do get the urge to want to start it again, but I never do. But I think I do want to read it again, and just to read it all the way through. And then I have this one is the second book in the Homecoming series by Cynthia Voigt. This is Dicey's Song. I had actually read the first book, Homecoming, in school, possibly middle school, maybe high school. I think it was middle school. So I liked that one, and I decided to get the second book to see where it went. Above that is The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. That was the book I read for my freshman year of high school summer reading list. And then on top of that is The Pigman's Legacy by Paul Zindel. Again, read the first book in school, high school I think. Maybe it was middle school, I'm not sure. So loved the first book, and it was really funny, and really, it was sad a little bit. And I wanted to read the second one, so That is my very top shelf. This is the second shelf. I've already taken away the first row of books for time issues only. So, back here, over here on the left, I have Life, Love, Beauty by Keegan Allen. He's one of my favorite all-time actors from Pretty Little Liars. I absolutely love him. Next to that, I have It's Just a Chicken Soup for the Cat Lover Soul. Whole bunch of stories about cat lovers and all that. It's been a while since I've read that. Next to that, right here is it's Foretold. It's edited by Carrie Ryan, and it's a book with a whole bunch of stories by whole different authors and stuff. Next to that is Avalon High by Meg Cabot. Then we have Alantia by Ali Condi, If I Stay by Gail Forman, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and Paper Towns by John Green. Next is Bad Kitty by Michelle Jeff, The Eyes While Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, The Host by Stephanie Meyer, Panic by Lauren Oliver, and Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. Vampire Crush by A.M. Robinson, I believe. And then I have the first two books in the Airhead trilogy, Airhead and Being Nikki by Meg Cabot. This is the front row now. Over here on the left, I have the last book of the Airhead trilogy by Meg Cabot, Runaway. Then I have the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. The Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins, Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, you all know that. Then the Matched trilogy by Ali Condi, Matched, Crossed, and Reached. I really like the first one in that trilogy. That's like my favorite one. Crossed is okay, and Reached I wasn't really into. To me, it just seemed kind of boring and nothing really happened. I don't know. I don't really remember what happened in that, but in that trilogy, Matched is definitely my favorite. Then I have the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner, The Maze Runner, The Skulk Trials, and The Death Cure. And then last, I have the first two books in the Perfect Chemistry trilogy by Simone Alcaraz, Perfect Chemistry and Rules of Attraction. This is the third shelf going down. I'm not sure how much you can see on the left side of the shelf. I apologize for that. On that side, I have the last book in the Perfect Chemistry trilogy, Chain Reaction by Simone Alcaraz. And then next to that, you can't really see it. They have dark covers, but I have the Crusade trilogy by Nancy Holder and Debbie Vigu, Crusade, Damned, and Vanquished, and that is a very, very good trilogy. After that, I have the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, Legend, Prodigy, and Champion, and then I have the Young Elites by Marie Lu also. The Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver, Delirium, Pandemonium, and Requiem, and then I have Delirium Stories, which is the 3 novellas, Hannah, Annabelle, and Raven. And then those last two books are the first two books in the Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis, Across the Universe and A Million Suns, and I absolutely love that trilogy. It zoomed up onto my favorites list, and I absolutely loved every single in each book. Starting over on the left, I have the last book in the Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis, Shades of Art. The Vampire Diaries, Stefan's Diaries, the first 3 volumes, Origins, Bloodlust, and The Craving. I don't know if there's any more of that, but I only have the first 3 volumes. The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, a very good book, and I love the movie. I do have the Infinite Sea, but it's on my to-be-read list, so I have not gotten into it yet. But then after that is the Beautiful Creatures, Castle Chronicles, whatever you want to call them, series by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos, and Beautiful Redemption. a very good series, and I don't think it gets enough credit. I don't think it's one of the well-known series, but it should be. It's really good and it's really well written, and I loved it. I loved the movie too, which was A Beautiful Creatures. It was very good. It was different, but it was still faithful to the books, in my opinion. And then after that, I have the Deluxe series by Anna Godbosson. It's 4 books: Deluxe, Rumors, Envy, and Splendor. Very good good books. It's set back in the 1900s. I forget what decade, but very good books. And the last 2 books over there are the first 2 books in the Tiger's Cross series by Colleen Huck, Tiger's Cross and Tiger's Crest. Once again, I absolutely love that series. I fell in love with it with the first book, and my love for it just grew and grew. So it's one of my favorites. It's just a beautiful read, nice adventure, romance. Everybody should read it and get into it because I absolutely love it. And that is the end of the third shelf. This is the bottom shelf. As you can see, there's the floor, pointing at the obvious. I'm sorry, the shelf is really dark. There's not good lighting, but I apologize, but I'll read you the books like I've been doing. Over there on the left are the last 2 books of the Tiger's Cross series by Colleen Huck. That's Tiger's Voyage and Tiger's Destiny. Once again, I love that series. There's another one of my all-time favorite book series. It's the Fallen series by Lauren Kate. Fallen, Torment, Passion, the novella Fallen in Love, and then Rapture. Love that series. I'm anxiously, patiently, and impatiently waiting for the movie. I want to see it so bad because this is one of my favorite series. And then I have Teardrop by Lauren Kate. It was a very good book. Left off on a crazy cliffhanger, and I finally do have Waterfall, the sequel, but I have not read it yet. It's taken me a while, but I will read it. And the series that started it all, at least for me, is the Twilight Saga. The first one is Twilight, the Director's Notebook by Catherine Hardwicke, the director of Twilight. And then I have Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse. That is a space next to Eclipse because Breaking Dawn cannot fit there. You all know how big it is, so that is too small a space for it to fit there. I hate having spaces on my shelves, but if a book can't fit, I'm not going to make it fit. I'll be squishing it and I'll be damaging it, and I don't like that. That is the whole back row. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of light back there. And here is the front row of that shelf. Those are just 2 little figurines. A tiger, mama tiger and her cubs, and then a little cat figurine that I have. Anyway, on the left, I have, as you know, Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. This is like the 3rd time I'm saying it, but oh my god, this series is one of my favorites. I started reading it and I fell in love with it immediately. I said that 2 other times with Across the Universe and Tiger's Cross, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I don't fall in love with a book right away. Like, I'll like it, but sometimes I won't fall in love with it. But those 3 series I did, and I absolutely love them. I'm currently reading the novella Fairest, which is Lavana's story. I'm not in the middle of it. I'm still in the beginning, but I'm liking it. Then I have the Soul Sequels series by Alison Noel, Faded, Echo, Mystic, and Horizon. An example of books that I didn't really fall in love with. I started very much into this, but then my interest began waning with each book until I just wanted to finish it. Then I have the Vampire Kisses series by Ellen Schreiber. That first one is a bind-up. It's entitled The Beginning, and it's a bind-up of 3 books, I believe. And then I have Dance with the Vampire, The Coffin Club, and Royal Blood. Again, my interest waned from that series. I'm no longer interested in it. And then I have the first 2 books in the Thirst series by Christopher Pike. Anyway, that's the last shelf. Then let's move on to the last and final and big shelf. This is the Fontwell on the big shelf in the back. Over here on the left, if you can see that, I have 4 illustrated companions. I have The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1, and then Vampire Academy. Moving on, I have the last 3 books in the Thirst series by Christopher Pike, and then I have the Embrace series by Jessica Shovington. I have Embrace, Entice, Emblaze, Endless, Empower. Try saying that 5 times fast. But another very good series. I love it. Very good, and it kept me on my toes and everything. And then I have the Vampire Diaries series by L.J. Smith. I don't have the first book in bind-up form. I have it in volume 1 and volume 2 with the show covers. It's The Awakening and The Struggle. And then I have volume 2, it's called volume 3, but I don't know. It's The Fury and Dark Reunion. The Vampire Diaries, The Return, volume 1, Nightfall. The Return, volume 2, Shadow Souls. And The Return, volume 3, Midnight. And I know the Vampire Diaries series keeps going on after that, but I think it's by another author. I'm not really quite sure, but I like the way Midnight ended. That's the perfect ending for me. I don't want to read on. And then it's the Strange Angel series by Lily St. Croix. Here's most of the rest of the big shelf. There's still one more row missing. Bottom row at the left is the rest of the Mortal Instruments series, which I absolutely love. Is City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. I love that series. I love the movie. I love the TV show. They are not perfect. There are differences between the books and the TV show, but those differences enhance it, and they have to come when you make an adaptation. It's just given. You just have to get over it. But there's no reason why you can't love the show and love the books at the same time. They're both different. They're both the same. Just love them for what they are and what they produce. Next, another one of my all-time favorite series is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice. I absolutely loved the movie. I'm so sad that we are not getting the sequels, but hopefully maybe soon, someday, we will get the other movies or be turned into a TV show. I don't know, but I would really love it because that is one of my favorite series of all time. Next to that, I have the spin-off to the Vampire Academy series, the Bloodlines series also by Rochelle Mead, of course. The Bloodlines, the Golden Lily, the Indigo Spell, the Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and the Ruby Circle. Again, fabulous series. I wasn't sure if I was going to love it as much as I love Vampire Academy, but I do. It was just wonderful to keep living in the same world. The last book in that row is the first book in the Immortal series by Alison Noel, and that is Evermore. Then, this is where it starts getting tricky. There are books underneath where that top row is sitting. Those books at the bottom, I have the rest of the Immortal series by Alison Noel. Blue Moon, Shadowland, Dark Flame, in the middle, Night Star, and Everlasting. And then I have the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson. I have The Angel Experiment, Schools Out Forever, Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports, The Final Warning, and Max. And then we're going on to the books that are standing up. I have the rest of the Maximum Ride series, Fang, Angel, Nevermore, and I literally just finished reading Maximum Ride Forever, which was a very good ending to the series. Next to that is a childhood favorite of mine, the first book series I read. I loved it so much when I was younger. It's the Churches series by H.B. Gilmore and Randy Weisfeld. It's a 10-book series. It's The Power of Two, Building a Mystery, Seeing is Deceiving, Dead Wrong, Don't Think Twice, Double Jeopardy, Kindred Spirits, The Witch Hunter, Split Decision, and Destiny's Trends. And then after that, I have another all-time favorite series. It's the House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cass. That first book is the Fledgling Handbook. Then I have Mocked, Betrayed, Chosen, Untamed, Hunted, Tempted, Bond, Awakened, Destined, Hidden, revealed and redeemed. And then the House of Knights also has a couple novellas. That's 2 on the end. That's Dragon's Oath and then Nobody. Here are the last couple of books on my shelf. Don't worry guys, we're almost done. Lying horizontal again. Over here on the left are the last 2 novellas of the House of Knights series, Nephrat's Curse and Colona's Fall. I have the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. Pretty Little Liars, Flawless, Perfect, Unbelievable, Wicked, and Killer. And then we move up to Standing with Heartless, Wanted, Twisted, Ruthless, and Stunning. Over there on the side that's leaning against the wall is the Clearwater Crossing series by Laura Payton Roberts, Get a Life, Reality Check, Heart and Soul, Promises, Promises, and Just Friends. And then we have the special edition, The Diaries, which is told from the 4 girls' point of views of the first 4 books. That's a series that I loved when I was younger, and I'm just now getting back into it and realizing how much I love it. And here's... No! Nice! Max! Why must the dogs always bark when I'm doing a video? I don't know why I just said that like that. Hey! No! That's the... No!